I have never felt greater about my appearance than right now in this ring light. I'm 24 years old and I have bags under my eyes. Like, lockdown has not been kind to me. But hallelujah, my lockdown is finished. Well, not finished, but my isolation is finished. So we're gonna celebrate with my cheap Aldi Malibu. So let's do a little shot of this, because guess who's leaving the house tonight? This girl right here is leaving the house tonight. But because I can actually leave the house, I'm gonna actually put some makeup on, because I actually think if I leave the house, the rays of light are gonna affect my skin. And I'm having a few issues lately. I thought it was the mask, but I've not worn a mask for like 2 weeks now and my skin is still breaking out everywhere. So I'm gonna start with some moisturizer. This is like an Olay Give Me Sun moisturizer that my grandma got me because she's cute. She was using it and I said I like to makeup, and then the next thing I know, she's bought me it. So we're gonna use this because anything with moisture in is well and truly needed. If I go red in this video, like, don't be surprised, that's just my sensitive skin flaring up. So when I do my makeup, I start off with the eyes. This is not gonna be like a crazy good tutorial, by the way, just so you know. This is just like my everyday Tesco look. But I'm having some like issues. I don't know if you can see, but my eyes are really flared red around the edges. I have dermatitis, and as soon as it gets cold in Newcastle, like, my skin just, I turn into a lizard. It's awful. Like, even now my eyes are slightly burning from touching them, so that's fun. But we still have to try and cover our eyes when we put the makeup on, because otherwise it's like 2 different colours. Massively. So this is the foundation I use. This is the number 7 Hydra Luminous Moisturising Foundation, and I use the colour, I think it's Calico, I want to say. So I'm just going to dot that on my eyes. I'm already ready for this to hurt. I might actually, normally I would use a beauty blender, but I might actually use my fingers a bit just to try and get into the dry skin. Okay, I've rubbed that in kind of, and then I'm just going to pat on top with the beauty blender. So that's kind of all I can do without like aggravating them too much. So that's kind of going to be the coverage. I'm just going to powder that down because I have some veiny eyelids. Okay, so they're powdered. So next I am going to do some eyeshadow. Tesco's in for a treat because this is not an everyday occurrence. I'm just going to use, this is what I'm using. This is really old and disgusting. But I'm just using like the most neutral shade on there, the most kind of close to my skin tone. And normally, you know, I would blend this nicer, but because of how dry and scaly my eyes are, it's better if I just tap it on and it doesn't aggravate it as much. So I'm just tapping this like neutral colour onto the brow bone to try and blend it a bit more with my skin rather than it look too veiny. I'm also going to put that a little bit in the inner part. So that's kind of on for the base colour. And then I think what I'm going to do is use a different old and battered palette, which is this one from Revolution. And I'm just going to use the bronzer, actually, so these bottom ones, just to put into the crease. Next, I am going to use this, again, really old, sleek makeup palette. And this is actually highlighter, but I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this orange one and just put it in the inner corner. And then I'm going to go back in with that bronzer and just like kind of line the lower lash. I know we're looking a bit crazy right now because there's no skin makeup on, but it'll come together. Well, it won't come together, it'll look adequate. That's all we're going for. Okay, next I'm using these are like the first eyelash curlers I ever got, and I've still got them and they're gross, so we're not going to go too close on them because there's literally like old eyelashes and like gunk in there. And then I am going to use a clear brow gel, but I'm just going to kind of prime my lashes with that. Again, I'm not going to show you this properly because this is gunky. And I've been into brown mascara lately, so this is a collection brown mascara. I went cheap because I wasn't sure if I was going to vibe the brown mascara, but we're trying it. So I'm just going to put that on. Okay, next we are going to do the skin, which is like my vibe. I need like as much skin coverage as possible because, so what I do use is fat number 7, just giving it a shake, you know, I want all that product. And I just dot it all over my face. I definitely use too much, don't be alarmed, it's kind of where I need it. And then I also use, this is the Lasting Perfection Concealer by Collection. I think this is like the new version of like the classic one they did, because I used to always buy the classic one and now it's just gone from the shelves. So we are using this one instead. And I mean, it's good. I just miss the old one. It's probably going to be the exact same formula and everyone's like, why are you missing it? But I miss it. I liked the old one more. Plus they did like a yellow shade, which I really liked because it was even whiter than white, and that's me. You know what I did forget? I did put like a slight amount of tinted moisturiser on last night, so I've got a bit more colour than normal. So I'm going to use this Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer, which is definitely not my colour, you will see. Are we going to pretend we can blend it? You betcha. That is my skin almost kind of blended how I want. If I was feeling extra, I'd put maybe a bit of cream contour on, but I'm not. I am going to go in with some bronzer. I don't even know where this is from. Okay, next I'm going to go in with a little bit of highlighter. This is not a highlighter, but I like to use it as a highlighter. So this is from Kiko, and it is one of their wet and dry eyeshadows, and it's so pretty. And I do have a vinyl lip from Glossier, and I'd seen this advertised on Instagram so much and I just ended up buying it, which was probably a mistake. But it came really quickly, surprisingly, so I'm gonna use a bit of this, and I am gonna spoolie my eyebrows. And I think, you know, that might be about it. Here's my makeup. This is what I'm gonna look like when I go to Tesco and buy all the snacks and feel alive again. I'm so excited. But yes, this is my makeup. I'm wearing to Tesco because I am free from isolation, but the world's going back into lockdown. But it's okay because we've had some shots and we feel better about it. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.